This your boy Brandon J here at M3, where music matters most, on RNN, and today we got a special for y'all. We're going to be talking about the top 10 hottest MCs, according to MTV, of course, that they just released last week. So we're going to have a little roundtable discussion, just covering, each artist, what we think, if they were placed right, if we think they're placed right, and, how they got their foot in the game. So let's go. We're going to start with number 10, Meek Mill. What y'all think about Meek Mill coming in at number 10?
Personally, I don't think Meek Mill should have made the list. The last song I was fucking with Meek Mill was probably Don't Panic, and after that, I mean, his flow is nice, but he has the same flow for every song, and his songs are just kind of repetitive to me. So I wouldn't have put Meek Mill on the list at all.
I like Meek Mill's voice, honestly. He's hot to me. He has a lot of those, like, when you're at a party, some of those songs come on. I told her, meet me in the bathroom, and people be like, yeah. Meek Mill deserves this spot. Yeah. Probably only this one, probably only number 10, but.
No spot higher than that.
Nah.
I agree. Meek coming in at 10 was good. Like, Meek, he even put out a solid album. He put out 2 great mixtapes. And then the album really, the first track, the intro, he went hard for what, like, almost 4 minutes, and then the rest of the album was slow. I think he even had a track, like a couple of his tracks were just R&B based and just not really that heat that you're looking for out of the Meek album. Not that he can't, but is that really what you want to do when you come out with House Party? Like, that's your single,
House Party was the single.
And that's what you're, what I'm saying, you're known for. Is that heavy, that hard hitting? I told her, meet me in the bathroom. Water running, you know what I'm saying? Her girlfriend knocking at the door. Come on, like, and then you cut on the album and it's kind of slow. You're like, can you really get used to the new Meek? Like,
I think it's kind of hard just because Meek Mill, for one, he was a freestyle, artist coming in. He mostly did freestyle battles and competitions, things like that. So I know that was hard for him. And I mean, he came through, he had those hits, and then he dropped Amen. Amen was very controversial. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was talking about that. And it was getting all the radio play. I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? My grandmama ain't not gonna like that song any day. But like, it had a good beat, it had a good hook, it was catchy, people liked it, so it prevailed. But shout out to Meek Mill coming in at number 10. He's definitely moving up in the world though. He definitely moved far away from Smack DVDs and all that other stuff.
Right. 10 is his spot.
Right.
Alright, so coming in at number 9, we got Future.
Best gospel singer ever.
R&B, he connoisseur.
He's so great.
Well, me and Eric came up with a genre that we think Future fits in. It's called reggae trap soul.
Yeah.
I think
Reggae trap soul. Perfect.
Reggae trap soul.
I can see that. I can see it. He's an amazing singer. And his voice got that reggae.
He sings with so much soul.
So much soul.
And he works hard too. Works really, really hard.
Always
in the studio. I can respect Future being in I actually think Future should have been higher a little bit.
Yeah.
As far as like hottest MCs of like right now,
yeah,
he's
definitely like top 5.
Totally deserved at least.
It's on everyone's remix.
Yeah. Everyone's remix. He got his album was even nice. I know a lot of people felt some kind of way about it, but I liked it. My mother.
Yeah, my dad.
My mother bought
my dad, and we were going on a trip to Florida, and he was like, "You heard that new Future?" Yeah, but he played it. I mean, he's definitely doing this thing, and I think to us it's gonna be more relevant just because we're in Atlanta, so all we ever hear is Future.
Right.
But people out in maybe Cali or out far, they probably won't hear Future as much, so to them it's not gonna be as relevant. But I think he should have been higher because he was working hard. So we're gonna move on to number 8, ASAP Rocky. What y'all think about ASAP? You don't like ASAP?
ASAP's Fucking Problem song, first of all, I did not know that was his song, And what made it for me was 2 Chainz on the hook and, the chorus, and Kendrick Lamar's verse. Everything else about the song could have saved it.
Yeah, you can't put out a single and have the weakest verse and then not even be on the hook.
And not even people know that it's your song. Like, that was bad on his PR, whoever, his people, his judgment, nah.
Yeah, honestly, I thought it was more so a Drake and 2 Chainz thing. I feel like people actually think it's 2 Chainz song, and 2 Chainz only does the hook. So it's crazy to me. I haven't really listened to any of his other songs outside of that song. And it's just because it is a popular hit when you go to parties and clubs and stuff like that. But I guess, I mean, because people look at him as like a fashion icon now too, kind of sort of.
He wears skirts.
He's like a hot commodity, so I think that's why he made the list personally.
Lyrically, I don't think he's been tested. He put out one mixtape and then an album, you know what I'm saying? And he's been riding from there. Went on tour with Drake and Kendrick, and that's really it. You know, you haven't really heard much from ASAP. He put on the ASAP Mob, and there's a lot of spitters in his crew. You know what I'm saying? He might get eclipsed. He might. So from a money-making standpoint, he might need to do that. Just sit back in the cut, do little features, and put on one of the younger homies in the ASAP Mob, because I don't think he's the hardest one in the clique.
I think ASAP can spit though. Right. It sounds like y'all don't think he should have made the list at all.
Nope.
I personally don't. I personally don't think he should have made the list, because Meek spits way harder than ASAP. Way harder, and put out more tapes.
Well, one thing I'll say about ASAP is he did kind of start a movement. I know, because coming from New York, where he's from, it's been a minute since there's been an artist come from New York to actually boom like he has. So that's one thing I'll say about him. He's gotten a lot of respect for that, and I mean he's been featured with a lot of other people. He's been on a lot of features. I've listened to his mixtape and his album. I think they were all right. His album was pretty good, but I don't really listen to ASAP that much either. I would put Future over ASAP in my opinion. So,
yeah, definitely.
As far as hotness,
Hotness wise.
Definitely.
So coming in at number 8, I don't really feel
Too
that.
high.
Right.
Too high.
All right. So number 7, the controversial Kanye West.
I want Kanye to understand that this isn't the best MC list, not of all time, not of right now. It's supposed to be the hottest. And outside of Mercy, which was a collaboration of multiple people, outside of Their Flu, I try to kind of like, outside of him doing features, it's just like, what single has he put out that is just like played on the radio over and over and over to make him hot again? Kanye always feels like he has to be relevant, but it doesn't necessarily mean like your music is the hottest right now. So
I personally want a Kanye West album. Like
old Kanye.
Old Kanye, like Kanye, like Graduation, Late Registration, like
Dropout.
Exactly.
Even 808s
808s and Heartbreak was like really on the cusp for me, but yeah, I really want Kanye to do something by himself. Like him and Jay-Z, that was dope, but yeah, and his antics outside of music really makes me like not want to like fool with him. Like as a fan, like that makes people not want to be your fan. Like you're yelling for an hour on stage, screaming, yes, like that makes you. The Twitter rants, like you're always.
Those are just weird.
Right, that kind of takes away from your hotness, Kanye. Like if you're listening, if you're watching us right now, like we are your fans. We want you to succeed. We miss you.
Chill out.
We miss you, Kanye.
Put the phone down, Kanye. Put the phone down.
Seriously.
Bro, it all changed when his mama died.
Yeah.
All changed when his mama died.
And one thing that I think I've grown to realize over the years is that Kanye, as much as I love College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, all that, I don't think Kanye will ever get back to that, just because he's grown as an artist, and when you grow, you kind of don't return to who you used to be, you know, and that just goes with your lifestyle. I mean, when you think about it, Kanye was a young, you know, producer making beats for Kanye, you know, the Blueprint, he did all that, you know, so he was getting money from that, and then he turned the tables and became an artist. Now, people weren't expecting him to blow up like he did, you know, when he did the College Dropout, but he blew up. And back then, people almost considered him a conscious rapper, you know, because he was always talking about, I mean, Jesus Walks. He had Jesus Walks, you know what I'm saying? Like, and, you know, he was all about, you know, the Jesus piece and, you know, coming up and, you know,
soul beats.
Him still
you know what I'm
being from the hood.
Right.
Yeah.
But now, you know, it's not Polo and Jesus piece Kanye no more. It's Versace. You know what I'm saying? It's Christian Dior. Yeah, you know, he had fashion shows and, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's doing everything else, and then the media all up in his face and things like that. Kanye's just a big story, and he's always in the media.
It's not his music anymore.
Right.
It's about him as a person.
It's big, and I mean, really, I aim that to the media, because the media is always in his face, always talking about what he's doing. You know, his mom died. To me, it always be your face and your mom died. Like, leave me alone. I want to be alone if my mama died. You know what I'm saying? Like, so coming in at number 6, we got I say Kanye's apprentice, Big Sean. What y'all think about that?
Big Sean had a single out recently.
Some, see me.
It's on the radio.
Wow, yeah.
Guap is on the radio.
It's on the
Guap
radio.
is hard, yes.
I love guap.
I feel like I do have his like last mixtape, the Detroit mixtape. I do like the
love
mixtape. I do. I just didn't know he had a single out on the radio because I only listen to Q100. So, but no, seriously. I feel like Big Sean gets repetitive sometimes. I feel like he raps about the same thing, and I feel like a lot of rappers, when they don't take time off to like go get experience, learn about new things, come up with new material, their songs, they just focus on trying to put something out to be hot, and they end up talking about the same things over and over again. Like, we know you're from Detroit, we know you want to get money, you're not going to stop getting money, you're doing this for your grandmother and your mom, and they're proud of you, and you like girls with big butts. Like, we get it. Like, okay, talk about something else now.
I think his next album though, like, because he took so long from his first album to like the one that's coming out, I don't know when, like whenever it comes out this year. Like, I think that's what he knew. Like, he knew he was getting repetitive. So like when he put Detroit out, he's like, okay, that's that. Like, now this new record I'm about to put out, I pray it's something new, because that's what he says. He says it's going to be something new. He says he had to get some experience, exactly everything you just said. So I hope that this next one, I have high hopes for Big Sean. I like Big Sean. He's one of my, if I could say like one of my favorite MCs like ever, I would say Big Sean. I really adore him. As a person in
I
the
wouldn't
industry.
say.
I adore him.
I like him, but I wouldn't say.
I adore him.
He definitely can spit, and I think that's why he makes the list. He can spit. He had a couple hot songs. Mercy, he had that with Kanye. People were talking about how Kanye should have been over him because he put Big Sean on, but anyway. But Big Sean, I think he's finding himself as a musician, like, cause he has really good like rhetoric, and he's really witty, but he doesn't have substance, and I think that's what people are looking for. So, but he's only been out for, I mean, he only been big for like what, 2 years.
Yeah.
So I mean, give him time. I think he deserves a spot.
Definitely.
I'm not a Big Sean fan at all, but I think he deserves to make the top 10 list. Only because he can hold his own with some of the biggest names. Like Meek was really spitting hard on Burn. I'm a mixtape fanatic, so this is really what I go off of. And Big Sean showed up, you know what I'm saying? Like, he came to play. And that's when I got respect for Big Sean, because when he put ass, and it was just ass, I was like, bro, come on. Like, how much ass am I going to hear right now, you know? And then he's got the song with Juicy and Jeezy. And
It's on the radio,
yeah,
right?
I think it's Shout Out or something like that. But he has another like corny line, and I'm just like, Big Sean, don't do this to us. Like, you have a solid fan base of like people that goes to the club often, you know, like real like pop listeners, you know, got the pop beat and everything like that. But just come on, spit something hard, you know what I'm saying? Pretend like you in the booth with Meek every time you step in there, and that's how you get respect from dudes like me. Is when you put out like your hardest music, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear the corny stuff. I don't want to hear you making up words. Like, I just want to hear the hard beats, you know what I'm saying? Like being a rapper, you know what I'm saying? You got the gold, you got the leather. Let's do it, you know? Do it.
Golden leather.
I like that. All right, so we got number 5. We got Drizzy. Drake.
Listen, I like Drake's old stuff, like So Far Gone. That mixtape is my mixtape. Like, through and through, I would listen to it nonstop over and over again my senior year of high school. Even Thank Me Later, I actually love Thank Me Later. But Take Care, it was just like, other than The Real Her and Take Care, it's like he's whining the entire time on the CD. And this is all I'm going to say, because this is the only opinion I really have about Drake. But I do think he should be on the list because he is a hot rapper. He is on, or singer. He is on everyone's like remixes. He's always having a single out. It always catches on as soon as people hear it, especially when it started from the bottom. Like, it dropped and it was on everybody's Twitter. They tweeted it 5 times a day. It's probably in their bios. If they can make it their name, they would. So he definitely is hot, but he's just not what he used to be, in my opinion.
I think he should be on the list just because he's probably the most consistent right now on the list when it comes to flow, when it comes to being on hot tracks, and just being out there. Maybe Rick Ross. Well, no, I would say Drake is even more consistent than Rick Ross right now. So he definitely. I don't know where he wants to be on. I would put him on the list because, like she said, Jordynn, the content of what he's spitting is not what I'm fucking with. But I definitely fuck with Drake's flow because he got one of the sickest flows in the game and he's consistent. So
yeah, I was gonna piggyback on that. He definitely is consistent because I mean. Like when you said that, I was literally trying to think of a point where I was like, dang, when Drake gonna drop something? Or when have I not heard Drake, you know what I'm saying, in a collaboration song or anything? Like, he's been consistent really probably since I've heard Drake. Like, he's been putting out something or been on a hot song or, you know what I'm saying, something at all time. Right, yeah, so, I mean, that's really all I can say about it. I mean, he's definitely working hard, getting money, I mean.
Drake, the only thing I have to say is he's smart. Like, you don't really get too much Drake, you know? You don't really get flooded with Drake. You might get flooded with maybe some Future or some Rick Ross here and there. But with Drake, like, he really gives it to his audience. Like, starting from the bottom, I feel like that's like a senior in high school to a senior in college song. Like, you working that minimum wage job and you really, really trying to make it. Like, that's why I rock with Start from the Bottom. Like, it really doesn't even matter what he's talking about. You know, he put Wiz on it and Wiz killed it, but it's the premise. Like, he knows his fan base is young ladies and young men, starting from the bottom, just trying to make it. So, shout out to Drake.
All right, so coming in at number 4, we got Nas.
I named my nephew after him.
Really?
That's nice.
Really?
They're both Virgos. Yeah.
I'm a Nas fan too. I got one of his bars tattooed on my arm.
That's
beautiful.
commitment. Oh my god.
That is beautiful.
That
You
is
should
dope.
Go ahead.
Yeah, right, go ahead.
You
You
were
got
waiting. We know you were
I
waiting.
might as well zoom in, man.
Right, you got Nas right now.
Nas at number 4. I can't really argue because my man's like, what, 30-something, 35, you know, almost 40. His daughter's, what, 16, 17. And that's what I want to hear from a 35-year-old rapper. Life is Good was a great album. I really appreciate how he didn't come at Khalees in a negative way. He gave it to you real, you know what I'm saying? It is still an objective point. Well, he gives it to you from an objective point of view, but he really doesn't dog this woman like he could. Most rappers, baby mama, ex-wife, they just dog her, you know what I'm saying? He uplifted women in this album, which a lot of rappers do not do. Then he hopped on a song with Amy Winehouse. You know what I'm saying? And it was just a great album. I couldn't ask for more. Especially from somebody like Nas that dropped, what is it?
It's the song that he made, like, concerning his daughter. Is that on this
Daughters
last
on
one?
the last one.
That one
That got
me.
nominated for a Grammy
And
also.
coming from Illmatic.
That one was dope.
Like, he's a 90s rapper. Like, he was one of the hottest rappers. Tupac even came at Nas at one point. Like,
Him and Jay-Z had beef.
exactly.
Like, he's forever relevant.
The
like,
legacy is real. The legacy is real with Nas.
I think to most people, they probably wouldn't know. Because honestly, like, outside of Daughters, I didn't know that he had an album or that, like, what his album consisted of. But I just know from that song, like, that song is dope. Nas has so much respect.
And he's one of those artists that doesn't get a lot of radio play. So it's really hard for him to be hot, you know? Because everybody else on the list is on the radio constantly. Nas not so much.
All right, coming in at number 3, we got Ricky Rose, Rick Ross.
The boss.
Mama Maybach.
Mama Maybach.
Well, I'll go ahead. I just think Rick Ross is, I mean, he's been consistent. He's one of the most consistent artists in the game. I mean, he's put out mixtapes, you know, albums. You know, his album was hot. He's got all kind of singles. He can hop on anybody's song and it be a hit, you know, just like that. I mean, you know, Diddy crowned him as the new Biggie, you know, kind of, you know, of our age. And only reason I say that, I think a lot of people get that misconstrued. I say this. When he says Biggie of our age, he's not comparing him lyrically to Biggie. He's not comparing him, you know, just like Biggie. But in the sense of
he's the fat guy of our age.
not the fat guy of our age, but I mean like
The fat guy.
he's an amazing artist of our. Now, if you put Rick Ross back in the day, it'd be a whole different story. But as relevant to our time, like you know what I'm saying, as our time, like I feel like when we're old, we might. I would say we won't talk about Rick Ross like Biggie because Biggie was just. He's one of the founders, you know. He paved the way, but we're gonna talk about him in a sense, you know, like our parents talk about Biggie in a way. If you think about it, I mean, big black rapper, and I mean he's been making hits, you know. He's relevant, you know what I'm saying? So coming in at number 3, I mean, you can't really say anything about that.
I mean, coming in at number 3, we got my man Rick Ross. It's not hot unless Ross hops on it. That's a fact. You listen to the radio, and every remix has Ross on it, or Future, or Ross and Future. New Bugatti, woke up in a new Bugatti, Ross is on that. Columbia, Ross is on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he does work, and I respect the man. What he says in his music is pretty controversial, and as we can see, like, he's living that life. Whether he lived that life in the past, who knows? But right now, he's getting shot at and making music about it, and it kind of adds to his gangster persona. And I'm really rocking with his music more when he's getting shot at and then going in the booth and talking about, yeah, I just got shot at. So
I'm alive.
And I'm alive. It's like, okay, well, now you gangster if you weren't before. And now you living that life.
Twice. He had 2 heart attacks.
Right. It's crazy. Rick Ross, keep doing what you're doing, like, because it's entertaining. I don't want him to die or anything like that, but hey, it's entertaining, and you talk about it, so hey, you're living it now.
Yeah, definitely. I think Rick Ross, he has the golden flow. He can't do wrong on the track, regardless of what he says. It's like, I see him more like as a jazz musician. Like, really, when he gets on the, like, he really rides the beat like a jazz musician would, like a horn player or something, just with his flow. And that's why nobody cares what he's talking about. Yeah, he just syncopates it and he rides it. And he's more consistent. Well, he's more consistent than everybody but Drake, too. So.
I feel like this list is full of really consistent people. Like, a lot of them are on this list because they're on this hot track, that hot track, and they are holding their weight on every single track. Like, from Rick Ross to Drake to 2 Chainz later on, but, like, Future, like, they're all... Consistency is, like, the main thing that I feel like we keep saying about most of these people, and that's what makes them hot right now. Am I a Rick Ross fan? Not since you don't even know, but, you know, you can date Ray while you want Rick Ross. You got it.
And you owe us a concert, by the way. All right. Coming in at number 2. 2 Chainz.
Southside.
2 Chainz is from the South Side, College Park. We came up, nominated for a Grammy next to Outkast. Like, we doing big things. And Ludacris, like, College Park is the best suburb of Atlanta. Okay,
Southside.
So, all right. 2 Chainz, definitely relevant, definitely consistent.
Definitely deserves number 2.
Right.
I agree.
It took him a minute. It took him a minute to blow up. You know, it really did. But once he did, man, he did it with a bang. Everybody was listening to 2 Chainz, man. True Religion. You know what I'm saying? Based on a true story. One thing I'll say about that was
subpar.
Yeah, I really do feel like it was a little subpar.
It was real commercial.
Right, and I mean, it was very commercial to me, and I didn't like it because I felt like he was straying away from the 2 Chainz that made me start liking 2 Chainz. You know, KO. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be a classic forever.
Yeah. Ever.
Like, forever.
It's probably my favorite.
Guess who was on KO?
Big
Sean.
I just call her Boo. I don't know her whole name. I'm like, what? Come on, like he's goofy. He is that goofy
silly.
rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Silly.
He's like the Biz Markie of our generation.
He's
So
silly.
for him to make number 2 as a goofy rapper, kudos.
And he know he goofy too. Like, I don't take myself seriously, but I'm making money.
Yeah.
2 Chainz, but I got me a few more. Like, I respect 2 Chainz in every aspect.
Y'all, I be laughing to the bank. All y'all do is giggle.
He's number 2. Like,
Number
I'm
2
a rapper.
He's so
Seriously.
funny. He's so silly. So
That
silly.
birthday song, he just starts making sounds. Like, hold it tight.
Birthday song Kanye song because that went in. Like, everything, his whistle.
You couldn't escape that song.
I feel like nobody was calling girls' asses yams until then.
I got Krenak.
Krenak, like, not
I'm
English,
different.
not
I'm
any
different.
language.
I hear little kids walking down the
Pull
street
up
going,
to the
I'm
scene.
different.
My mother, your mother probably likes 2 Chainz. Like,
Right.
people's parents like 2
People have to
Chainz.
Google his lyrics because no one really understands what he's saying.
Yeah, what is it?
I understand
That rabbit
everything.
on a
Crack-
crack.
everybody-
Whoa.
We have questions, 2 Chainz.
Right.
AKA Titty Boy.
But
We
everyone
have
likes it.
questions.
You know, like, I don't know what it means, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Mhm.
Like, it could be something stupid. Like,
Look back at it. Look back at it. Go all day.
Look back at it. 2 Chainz definitely deserves this number 2 spot.
So,
Yeah, so
we all
congratulations, 2
Congrats to
Chainz.
2 Chainz.
Hold on, hold on,
Southside.
hold on. Starting from all y'all around, what's your favorite 2 Chainz lyric? And you gotta enact his voice.
I can't. I'm trying to think of the line. Damn.
What song is it?
That fofo get you ate like math, nigga. That's my favorite 2 Chainz line.
Like my nigga.
I did my.
Do it
Do
again.
it again. In his voice.
Yeah.
I be laughing to the bank. All y'all do is giggle.
Hey, I'm trying to think. Wait, I had it. I'm just trying to think of the line before because it's not going to make sense.
I couldn't think of one.
That's hard. We can do the beats. Like,
She dark skin, her friend light skin. Put us together.
It's ice cream.
That's my line right there.
Okay, don't judge me. Pull the panties to the side, let me slide through. I'm in and out the pussy. Drive through.
The same song.
Fuck with it.
Right.
hell yeah. 2 Chainz. You got so many.
So many. How could I choose
Yeah.
one? Is it gonna be from Kanye?
Nah, I'm gonna go back to when he was Titty Boy.
Classic.
Cause that's what got me
Classic
on. Like,
Southside.
cause I'm not from Atlanta, so it's not like Titty Boy kind of new to me. I like, who the hell is Titty
What's
Boy?
a titty boy?
Right, what is Titty Boy? Do I really want to listen to Titty Boy? But I just call her Boo. I don't know her whole name. Keep it on the low main. All we eat is
All
low
we
main.
eat is low
Like
main?
low main, really, man? Low main? What?
Coming in at number 1, y'all already know,
Mr. Spring Concert himself.
Kendrick Lamar.
Can't die. Can't die.
Girl, I know you want this.
Yeah.
Alright, so how y'all feel about Kendrick Lamar?
He's
Definitely.
hot. He's
Mhm.
definitely
He's
hot.
hot. He's a hobbit, but he's hot.
He's a gremlin, he's a hobbit, he's all of that unattractiveness, but he is so amazing.
He's the second realest rapper on the list, and that's a lot because he's new. I put Nas at first because he been like established in the game, but Kendrick Lamar is like himself on the track, and his flow is amazing. It's like nothing you ever heard before, but he's blowing up like crazy.
Kendrick Lamar was a breath of fresh air to me in the hip hop game because I feel like he's what we've all been waiting for, somebody to come along and just revolutionize the game. You know, when Good Kid, Mad City dropped, I'm still listening to Good Kid, Mad City. Like, I just, you know what I'm saying? I had to go put my homeboy on Kendrick Lamar. I got a homeboy that didn't even listen to Kendrick Lamar. I was like, how you not know who Kendrick Lamar is?
You have to.
You know what I'm saying? And I bet you he's riding around Atlanta right now with that Kendrick Lamar in his, bumping in his trunk right now. But, I mean, yeah, he's definitely a breath of fresh air. I mean, he's what we've been waiting for. He's, you know, he's creative. He comes with, you know, a different style. And he's from the West Coast, so it's something new, especially because, you know, there aren't too many artists now in the game that are coming from the West Coast. So, you know, we get a different perspective. We get, you know, a different feel, you know, because he's from a different area of the state. So it's always good to have artists come from different places because, you know, as of right now, we got a lot of Atlanta. You know, we got a lot of Atlanta people getting radio play, you know, Future,
Yeah, the South is
you know what I'm saying, 2
real.
Chainz, you know, like people, that's what people are listening to now. But Kendrick Lamar was definitely a breath of fresh air to the game.
I also think he's different in a way that's like he's appealing to like a lot of people. Like he has his own situations, his own struggles that he talks about, but it's like but we can relate. And even though he's not the fucking bitches and hoes type rapper, he's like, you know, yeah, yeah, like your bitch, right? Like I don't feel disrespected listening to Kendrick. I also don't fall asleep either, because I know sometimes conscious rappers can put, like, if you're not a conscious person, he can put you to sleep. But not him, but conscious rappers can put you to sleep. But Kendrick is the complete opposite. There's one song by him that I really love called Michael Jordan. And
Michael Jordan.
yes.
Michael Jordan.
Yes. And like a friend of mine put me onto that, and ever since then it was like Kendrick was my new favorite. Like, he's dope. Don't right.
Kendrick. I mean, Kendrick, K-Dot, whatever you want to call him, coming from Compton, he's just a beast, just all around beast. You can tell that he came from a very poetic background, like, especially with Section 80, because that's what got me. His first album, debut album, Section 80 was dope. Good Kid, Mad City was great album. And I'm glad he made the list with Good Kid, Mad City as his album, because that really means a lot, because people can go back and listen to Section 80, and they sound like two completely different albums, you know? You get a good mix. Like, I'm excited for that third project, because it's like, I know he's not going to go back to Section 80. I know he's not going to go back to Good Kid, Mad City, because that's basically a movie in itself. If you listen to it from beginning to end, the intro is them telling you what just happened, and the end is just them dealing with the homie that just passed, you know? And it's just great. It's just put out a lot of great work, and killed the whole MMG crew on, dang, what's that song? Power Circle. That's what it is. Power Circle killed all of MMG. I've never seen a rapper do that. Wale, Meek, Ross.
I'm glad Wale.